Okay, hello students. So in the previous lecture, we learned that what are the citizens and what are the reasons behind a citizens called a smart citizen, right? So there are some key factors to create smart citizens, which is engage citizens so that they actively participate in the process of the adoption of smart city concepts, right? So for that need, we have these three fundamental actions, right, which is needed for the citizen engagement, right, which is inform them, discuss with them, and agree their points when it's wherever it is valid or not, right. So these are three key factors fundamental actions which is needed for the engagement of the citizen, right. So next one is the objective of the smart city. So to promote the cities that provide core infrastructures and give a decent quality of life to its citizens, and a clean and sustainable environment, and the applications of the smart solutions, right? So the focus is on sustainable and inclusive development, and the idea is to look at the compact areas, and that's why create replicable models which will act like a lighthouse to other aspiring cities, right? So basically, it means to set an examples that can be replicated both within and outside of the smart city, catalyzing the creation of these similar smart cities in various regions and part of our country, right? So the purpose of the smart city mission, which is held by the Indian government, right, is to drive economical growth and improve the quality of life of people by enabling local area development and harnessing technology, especially technology that leads to a smart solutions, right? So these all are the objectives of the smart city. Now, going forward to the next topic, which is the history of this history of smart city of world, right? So this basically concept of smart cities, it is originated at the time when the entire world was facing one of the worst economic crises, right? So this journey is to start the smart cities goes away back to the 1970s when the Los Angeles created first urban big data project named as a cluster analysis of Los Angeles. Right. So the first smart city was arguably Amsterdam with the creation of virtual digital city in 1994. So basically, all things that then speeded up in mid 20s, right? When IBM and Cisco launched separate initiatives, right? So by the beginning of 2009, the concept has captivated the imagination of various nations across the globe. So basically, this making smart cities, this idea was governed by back to the 90s, 1970s, and Los Angeles created this first urban big data project, which named as a cluster analysis of Los Angeles. So in 2011, the inauguration Smart City Expo World Congress was held in a Barcelona, right, which has now become an annual event charting smart cities development, right? So the countries like South Korea, UAE, and China begin to invest heavily into their research and formation, right? So today, a number of excellent precedents exist that India can evaluate, such as those in Vienna, Aarhus, Amsterdam, Cairo, Leon, Malaga, Malta, and the Songdo International Business District near the Swell and Verona, etc. Right. So now what are the history of smart city of India, right? So the cities with ongoing or proposed smart cities includes Kochi in Kerala, Ahmedabad in Gujarat, Aurangabad in Maharashtra, Manesar in Delhi NCR, and Kuchkera in Rajasthan, and Krishna Patnam in Andhra Pradesh, and Ponneri in Tamil Nadu, and Tumkur in Karnataka. So these all are the cities which is already ongoing or proposed smart cities in India, right? So many of the cities will include special investment region or the special economic zones with a modified regulation and the tax structures to make it attractive for the foreign investment, right? So this is essentially because much of the funding for these projects will have to come from private developers and from abroad, right? So these all are the cities where the projects are ongoing or proposed smart cities, right? So we for that we need foreign investors, right? We know that many of the companies which is invest in small villages like Ahmedabad, right? So so there are 100 smart cities mission was launched by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 25 June 2015, right? So a total 98,000 crore was approved by the Indian cabinet for the development of 100 smart cities and the reservations of 500 others. So 48,000 crore for the smart city mission and a total funding of 50,000 crore for the Atal mission for rejuvenation and urban transportation transformation, right, which is known as Amrut, have been approved by the cabinet. So in 2014, Union Budget of India, with Finance Minister Arun Jaitley allocated 7,016 crore for the 150 smart cities. Right? However, only 924 crores of the allocated amount could be spent until February 2015. Right? So for that, the 2015 Union Budget of India allocated only 143 crores for the project. Right? So the first batch of 20 cities was selected and known as 20 lighthouse cities in the first round of All India City Challenge competition. So basically, they will provided with the central assistance of 200 crores each during this financial year, followed by 100 crore per year during the next 3 years. So the Urban Development Ministry had earlier released 2 crore each to the mission cities for the preparation of smart city plans. So what are the challenges of managing the infrastructures in the India, right? So India is a fourth largest economy in the world, so a key factor obstructing its growth and development is the lack of world class infrastructure. So the estimates suggest that this lack of adequate infrastructure, which reduces India's GDP growth by 1 to 2% every year. So fast growth of Indian economy in recent years has placed increasing stress on the physical infrastructures, right? Such as electricity, railways, roads, ports, airports, irrigation, water supply, sanitation systems, all of the which already suffers from the substantial deficit. So the physical infrastructures has a direct impact on the growth and overall development of an economy. So the goal of inclusively growth and 9% growth in the GDP can be achieved only if India's infrastructure deficit is overcome. Right. So the infrastructure development will also help to create a better investment climate in India. Right. To develop the infrastructures in the country, the government is expected to review issues of budgetary allocation, traffic policy, fiscal incentives, private sector participation, and the public-private partnerships, which is known as triple PS, right? So there are many issues that need to be addressed in the different interest ruptural fields, right? So to begin with, the gap between the electricity production and the demand is affecting both the manufacturing and overall growth. So another concern is the transport sectors, right? While the road transport is the backbone of the Indian transport infrastructure, it is inadequate in terms of quality, quantity, and the connectivity, right? So furthermore, civil aviation and ports desperately needs modernizations, and it is expected that the public sector will continue to play an important role in building transport infrastructures. So, however, the resources needed are much larger than what the public sectors can provide, right? So, these all are our smart we discussed today the objectives of the smart city and what are the history of smart city of the world, right? When this idea came from, and which city are has this new idea of making a smart city, right? Where it started and when it becomes a speed up to make a smart countries across the globe, and what are the history of smart city in the India, what are the budgets provide for the smart city by the Indian government, like Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2015, and what are these missions name, right? And what budget and what are the money actually spent behind this smart city development, right? What are the cities, right? 20 cities. What are the cities which is firstly developed as a smart city, ongoing or right is right ongoing or okay. So what are the challenges which is managing the infrastructures in India, right? Like economy growth, its development, right? What are these conditions fulfilled to the all across the globe, right? So it also affect the GDP growth, right? So road transportations is also affect this economy of the India, right? And alternately affect the infrastructures in India, right? So what are the issues that faces while making an infrastructures in India, right? So if you have any points to be discussed, right? Just let me know.